Hello, and thanks for tuning into the penultimate episode of our program for this month, November 2024. Let's begin by simply reminding you that the vision of Nimasa is to be the leading maritime administration in Africa, advancing Nigeria's global maritime goals. I remain your regular anchor, Moyioluwa Olutayo. Shall we begin?
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are Nimasa. New face, rejuvenated service. Nimasa, changing the tides in your favor.
We start today from the International Maritime Organization headquarters in London, where the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, delivered instrument of assertion to some conventions of the IMO, recently signed by the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. The IMO Secretary General, Arsenio Dominguez, was personally on hand to receive the presidential message to the UN body.
The Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, has deposited 3 instruments of accession to IMO conventions signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, at the headquarters of the International Maritime Organization, which serves as the repository for such conventions. Oyetola arrived at the IMO headquarters to a warm welcome from senior government officials and proceeded directly to the conference room of the IMO Secretary General, Arsenio Dominguez. After the exchange of pleasantries, it was time for the business of the day, the formal presentation ceremonies.
This is number 1. Oh, super.
Shortly after the presentation ceremonies, Oyetola informed the IMO Secretary General, Arsenio Dominguez, of the President's commitment to aligning Nigeria with international maritime standards for safety, security, and sustainable marine practices. He also requested that the IMO extend technical support to Nigeria.
The 2005 protocol to the Convention for the Suppression of Unlawful Acts against the Safety of Fixed Platforms located on the continental shelf.
For his part, IMO Secretary General Arsenio Dominguez acknowledged with appreciation the formal deposition of the instruments of accession, stating that this underscores Nigeria's steadfast commitment to aligning with global maritime standards. The instruments Oyetola handed over to Arsenio Dominguez include the instrument of accession to the 2005 Protocol to the Convention for the Suppression of Unlawful Acts against the Safety of Fixed Platforms located on the continental shelf, also known as the SUA Protocol 2005. The instrument of accession to the International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Fishing Vessel Personnel, STCWF, and the instrument of accession to the protocol relating to the intervention on the high seas in cases of pollution by substances other than oil, the Intervention Protocol 1973. 3 other instruments of accession signed by Mr. President recently are undergoing further steps to complete the processes for their deposit. The Director of Maritime Safety and Security at the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, Mr. Babatunde Bombata, the DG CEO of Nimasa, Dr. Dayo Muberiola, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Pius Akuta, and Nimasa's Executive Director of Operations, along with Nigeria's alternate permanent representative at the IMO, were all present.
I am Captain Sondo Moren.
My name is Emmanuel Maigua.
I am Dr. Odunayo Ani.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivian Chimezie.
Western Nigeria President.
CEO of BRICS Master Matani and President of Mano.
And I'm the Director General at the Nigerian Chamber of Shipping.
You're watching Nimasa this week.
You're watching Nimasa this week.
The voice of the maritime.
The voice of the maritime industry.
Keep watching.
Keep watching Nimasa this week.
Keep watching us.
Nimasa this week. The voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
Article 91 of UNCLOS 111, 1982 requires every state to issue ships which it has granted the rights to fly its flag, a document to that effect, known as the Certificate of Registry. The Nigerian Ship Registration Office is empowered to register ships in accordance with the following acts: the Merchant Shipping Act, Nimasa Act 2007, and the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act, known as the Cabotage Act. In line with this, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, being the flag state administration of Nigeria, currently operates a closed registry with a volume of over 4,300 registered Nigerian flagged vessels in its record. As compared to the open registry, the closed registry is the type that is domiciled in the flag state, whereby intending ship owners can only register in the country the registry is domiciled. The closed registry portends the opportunity to create job opportunities for the citizens, unlike the open registry.
Basically, there are two types of registries. We have the open registry and we have the closed registry. So what Nigeria operates, what we have, the Nigerian shipyard, what we operate is a closed registry. And the closed registry, that entails, by virtue of Nigerian law, we have it in the Merchant Shipping Act. Sections 18 of the Merchant Shipping Act stipulates that it is only persons, citizens of Nigeria, that can own a vessel. Secondly, we have companies, body corporates, that have their principal place of business in Nigeria. And the third category of persons are those ones that the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy gives permission for them to operate. So by virtue of this Nigerian law, that's what makes the type of registry we have, the closed registry. Because closed registry are normally restricted by virtue of the law. And we also have the open registries, which is like which is operated in the Marshall Islands. We have Panama. Those ones are, you don't have, the citizens don't have to be, the owners, they don't have to be citizens of that country. You can be resident elsewhere and own a vessel there. So those ones are the open registries. But like the one Nigeria operates, which is close, that is how it's been operated in United States of America, United Kingdom, and France. So the Nigerian the type of registry we operate here in Nigeria is just like USA flag, French flag, and the UK flag.
In making the Nigerian Ship Registry attractive to investors, the agency is working assiduously to fully automate its registry, such that at the click of a button, documentations can be done easily. In addition, the agency is working to ensure tariffs are competitive enough to attract investors. The agency is currently considering hybrid registry so that foreigners can apply from anywhere in the world to participate in the shipping business with Nigerian flagged vessels.
That is by providing quick services to the stakeholders. That's the first aspect. Then, of course, by ensuring that the fees at which we register vessels are very competitive. Third aspect again that we can look at is by also providing incentives to the stakeholders, whereby when the more vessels you register, maybe they will have the fees will be more reduced. So that will be like a view of the aspect of the fees will now be, there'll be like sort of discounts when you have more vessels. So that will encourage, because as it is now globally, our registration fees are very, very considerable. as compared to other climes. Our registration fees are very considerable.
Marine litter is part of the broader problem of waste management, which is becoming a major public health and environmental concern in many countries around the world. On February 10, 2021, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency launched the Marine Litter and Microplastic Action Plan to tackle plastic waste in the country's waterways. And this week, the agency hosted the second National Task Force implementation meeting for the Maritime Action Plan on Marine Litter and Plastics Management in Nigeria.
I am greatly honored and pleased to welcome you all to the second meeting on the implementation of the Maritime Action Plan on Marine Litter and Plastic Management in Nigeria. As you are all aware, this task force was constituted to coordinate the full execution of the roadmap of the Maritime Action Plan. Bearing in mind the purpose of this meeting, which is aimed at ensuring public stewardship and effective implementation of the Maritime Action Plan, Nimasa remains committed to achieving sustainable socio-economic development in the maritime sector through partnership and policies that will ensure cleaner oceans, sustain safer shipping, and enhance maritime capacity.
Representatives from the federal and state ministries of environment, along with officials from agencies and parastatals, such as the Nigerian Ports Authority and the National Inland Waterways Authority, as well as stakeholders from the private sector, made presentations on the best strategies for managing marine litter.
I make bold to say that it has been a success story in terms of providing standard and adequate port reception facilities for ship-generated waste, which I am sure Nimasa will bear us witness. We have upgraded our facilities around the six ports for now, and we have equally expanded the capacity of the facilities.
Waste management was described as a major challenge, with ships around the world discarding 5.5 million pieces of rubbish into the oceans every day, and Nigeria faces its own share of this issue.
So we're here today. In the course of our deliberation, we shall take another look at the action plan roadmap and expect participants to actively report on the successes made so far in their constituencies towards the combat against marine litter, whether from the sea-based sources, land-based, also successes in terms of legislation, enforcement actions, and other areas, all towards the circular economy and development of the sustainable economy.
The objectives of the previous MTF meeting were as follows: to set a national roadmap to tackle the issues of marine litter and plastics, to strengthen engagement and partnership within members of the National Task Force, to stimulate a culture of collective responsibility in the NTF towards the protection of the marine environment, to identify specific actions and parties responsible that will aid in the reduction and elimination of marine litter and plastics from our environment.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, in partnership with the International Maritime Organization and the Abuja MOU, organized a regional workshop on marine accident investigation in West and Central African region. Delegates from 11 countries from the West and Central African region joined their counterparts from Nigeria for the workshop, which took place in Lagos, to discuss best practices, challenges, and advancements in the investigation of marine accidents. The speech of the DG Nimasa was read by the head Marine Accident Investigation, Engineer Taiwo Olaniyan.
The agenda of this workshop is working towards achieving an effective mechanism for marine casualty investigation, towards enhancing national capacities in terms of safety investigations and prevention of the occurrence of similar incidents. I am confident that our shared sense of responsibility amongst all countries will serve us well as we work to safeguard life at sea, help protect the marine environment, and enhance safety and safe operation of ships within the West and Central African region.
The Secretary General Abuja MOU, Captain Sunday Umoren, noted that peer review in the region is now considered an effective tool to strengthen all maritime administrations in the region.
And casualty investigation is not spared, because we go through the code, the resolution, you see all those kind of words. So casualty investigation is not spared. I will particularly quote one of the lines to be the bedrock of my goodwill message. In quoting the IMO resolution MSC 25584, it says, acknowledging that the investigation and proper analysis of marine casualties and incidents can lead to greater awareness of casualty causation and results in remedial measures, including better training for the purpose of enhancing safety of life at sea.
The main objectives of the workshop included, but not limited to, capacity building, harmonization of procedures, knowledge sharing, and improving safety administration processes and procedures as regards marine accident investigation in the region.
Sure that everyone is refreshed on that area. We want to make sure that challenges are brought forward. We want to make sure that regulation are pointed as well as targeted. We want to ensure that everyone here participating can go back home in their own authorities and reflect on whatever was learned here or exchanged here, and this as well in their own national authorities will support implementation of IMO instrument and therefore fulfill international requirement in that area.
It is expected that we can share experiences with the delegates from different countries in the region, but also that we actually, when we leave, the delegates have more thorough knowledge and what is expected from them to contribute to the world safety of shipping.
Still on Nimasa this week. Remember, at the beginning of this program, I informed you that the vision of Nimasa is to be the leading maritime administration in Africa, advancing Nigeria's global maritime goals. And to achieve this, safety administration is at the core of their operations. So today, we shall serve you a one-on-one session with the head of Maritime Safety Department at Nimasa, Engineer Patrick Aigbe, on how the agency has progressed so far as relates to safety administration in Nigeria. Don't go away.
What efforts are being made to enhance the quality and acceptability of Nigerian seafarer certificates at the global level?
The Maritime Safety Department has commenced the issuance of the digital discharge book. This is a document where the vital data of the seafarers are captured in a booklet. This has made it easy for authentication of this document, and of course it facilitates the IMO's e-navigation strategy. The department has also commenced the digitalization of seafarers' records. And of course, the digitalization will ensure that it is easier to safeguard digital records through a robust record management system, an encryption technology, and password protection. The implementation of this strategy will ensure that we provide the added value to seafarers' requirements, and then ensure that they are taken care of effectively and efficiently.
What measures are being taken to enhance the integrity of the Nigerian Seafarers Certification System?
According to the Manila Amendment of 2010, the agency has commenced the online verification of seafarers' COC and endorsement, as is done in the developed maritime climes as well. This will go a long way for easy verification of seafarers' records, and then assist in ensuring that these verifications are carried out without any restraints. Furthermore, the facilities for the biometric captures of seafarers after their COCs are equally being done in Lagos. But however, we are putting in place measures to ensure that other locations like Calabar, Warri, and Port Harcourt also have these facilities to capture seafarers and reduce the stress of always coming down to Lagos to do their biometric capture after every examination.
How would you assess Nigeria's performance with regard to flag state surveys and port state control inspections under the Abuja MOU?
In our drive to clamp down on unsafe vessels, our surveyors have carried out consistently renewal inspections of vessels whose certificate validity has expired, as well as effective condition survey for registration renewals. Our enforcement officers go around as well to ensure that they visit vessels for inspections, to ensure that all vessels with expired documentations, they come to the department for renewals of their documents, and any erring vessels are detained and released when they comply with this getting their certificates renewed. Furthermore, the port state control officers for Nimasa has consistently ensured the safety of ships, foreign ships, and then to ensure that our waters are clean. They've consistently inspected foreign vessels up to the threshold of 15% as required by the IMO.
Noting that the IMSA's audit of Nigeria was conducted in 2016, what concrete measures are currently being taken to ensure that Nigeria achieves a complete and final closeout of IMSA's audit findings?
In this regard, Nigeria has maintained a leading position as one of the best performing nations in the Abuja MOU regime, as evidenced in the EMIS system of reporting. Recognizing the weakness of interagency, the maritime interagency departments in trying to close out the findings of the last IMSA's audit in 2016, the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy deemed it necessary to set up a local organizing committee to address the corrective actions of the last IMSA's audit. The IMSA's LOC has completed its work, and then the agency right now is trying to engage the services of 2 consultants to evaluate those corrective actions in preparation for the IMSA's audit proper.
vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificate, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificates, service certificates, cargo ship certificates, and waiver certificates or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
That's all on today's episode of Nimasa This Week. As we continue to rely on maritime industry for global trade and economic growth, it's essential that we prioritize sustainability, safety, and innovation. Thanks for watching. Let's do this again together next week. Until then, bye for now.